Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. SGN. Some of the other names I don't quite like yet. I think SGN just took over, SPY is kind of range bound for now, but good morning. Happy Nvidia Day. We call it Nvidia Day, Nvidia Day. Some of these other names I don't quite like yet. Man, send it. There we go. Good morning. Several times pre-market, Jason. I like it. Well done. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Virus. Okay, I'm just uploading some other stuff here as well. Oh yeah. Raven, good morning. Good morning, Lion. What's the red line on mine? The EMA maybe? The 20 EMA? That one? Yeah. Rita, good morning. Marty, good morning. Justin, good morning. Chance, good morning. Archer, good morning. Shima, good morning. Romeo, good morning. SPRO, yeah, definitely one of the names we're going to be paying attention to at the open. Jaden, yep, it's holding above the 200 EMA, so that's good. Chambers, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Luna, good morning. Josh, Cheddar, good morning. Carry on, good morning. YW, good morning. Chester, good morning. Brian, good morning. Good morning, Keith. Kel, good morning. Willie, good morning. Good morning, A. Tony, good morning. Jericho, stay greedy, not greedy, please. TVL, good morning. Donovan, good morning. Tiffany, good morning. Pyro, Boomskis. Sarah, good morning. Renegade, good morning. Jasprit, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. SGN was a monster this morning. If you missed this thing, congratulations. You played yourself again. Alrighty. Don't worry, the screenshots are coming, but 350%, guys, in the last hour. 350% for SGN. Alrighty. What a beautiful run. Look at this. What a beautiful run. Beautiful run. Right? So congratulations if you got into this. You had a lot of time to get into this because this thing was spammed in Discord, right? So you had so much time to get into that. So that's going to be one of the names, obviously, that we pay attention to as the open approaches. Alrighty. So again, SGN obviously had news, right? So of all the names we're watching, the top three, actually top two, had news, and then the fourth one also had news, right? So again, I'm really not gonna go over the news articles because these have been posted everywhere already, right? SGN had some news this morning. SPRO also had news this morning. It's up 225%. Like everything with news just cooks. It's like, okay, news, send it. Send it, right? So these guys had something to do with oral UTI, just saying. Not sure why, but the oral UTI drug had some news this morning. That's why the stock is up 222%, right? So good for them. SGBX with a really nice pop here, right? So consolidating and popping back to the 200 EMA as we approach the open. So that's nice. right? Not bad at all. And then ASBP also had news this morning, and it's holding that 200 EMA, right? And then obviously at some point we will start talking about Nvidia because they have earnings and potential gambles. I'm not sure if we're going to come back later in the day for the Nvidia stream, or we just hang out in Discord, right? So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see, right? But again, SGBX with a nice pop there to the 200 as we approach the open. Alrighty, so if you bought the consolidation on this one, that's a nice thing. Good morning, Alan. SGBX, this is SGBX, right? There wasn't any news today for SGBX, right? So there was something that came into it. There was an agreement that came out yesterday, right? So the stock might have again, taken some of that momentum and carried it to today, right? But yeah, now we're testing the 200 EMA. So your next resistance is $1.35 if you're holding it. Righty, cool, cool. HY, good morning. Dan, good morning. Good morning if I missed you. Again, happy Wednesday. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Alrighty, take a second, smash a like. I would really appreciate that. Hit that subscribe as well if you're new to the channel, and all the other fun things. Again, so SGBX, you can see how we're hitting that resistance at the 200 EMA and dipping, right? I missed you too, boys. Dan? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. SGN again, probably the top name going into the open, but that obviously could change, right? So you can see that we're stalling below $4 here, right? So the $4 break would be the level to pay attention to at the open. And if you're looking for a dip, like a solid dip, potentially a dip to retest that 330 level that we broke out from, right? So again, it looks like it pops, consolidates a little bit, and then pops again, right? Which it kind of what it's been doing here this morning for SGN. So let's hope it continues to do that. But then again, we're approaching the open and we're up 350%. So just be careful, please. Alrighty. If you missed it, well, congratulations. Again, you played yourself, right? So this thing was getting spammed quite a bit yesterday in Discord. Also, when the news came out this morning, look at the time the news came out, right? Look at the time, top left, right? Eastern time, right? 8:45 is when the news was dropped in Discord, right? Hey guys, this company just had news, right? Again, don't you could see that like the blockchain in there, right? So anything that has to do with crypto, right? So but again, the idea is the news came out at 8:45 a.m. this morning, right? You want to see where 8:45 is on the chart? Let's take a look, right? Where's 8:45 a.m. Eastern time, guys? Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom, right? So where's 8:45? Right there on the first candle, right? If you look at the bottom of my screen, it shows you the time, right? This candle right here, that's 8:45. That's below $1, right? 8:45 a.m. Eastern time, right there. Very first candle, you had the news posted in Discord, right? And also spammed all over the place. Look at that thing cook, right? From 8:45, from 85 cents, boom skis, and then consolidation, dip, curl, boom skis again. Right now we're obviously dipping because we're approaching the open in 4 minutes. People are taking some profits and moving on, right? But we went from like 80 cents, 85 cents, below $1, right, all the way to $4. That's a very nice gain, isn't it? Right? So you could see there are a whole bunch of these messages in Discord, right? I met my daily goal already with SGN, Yogi says. First time in a while I've done that in pre-market from 290. Again, he got in at 290 to 390, right? So there's a whole bunch of these messages in Discord. So if you're not a member, you're really playing yourself, especially in the morning when the news comes out, right? Playing yourself. Chambers, do you have the Legend membership and do you see Stock General? Yeah. So again, if you're not a member, you're missing out on some of these things. When we show up on stream, all of these names are up 200%, 400%, right? And then you're going to say, is it too late to get in? And then I'm going to say, congratulations. And then Virus will finish the sentence. And then Dan will smack you. Alrighty. Just can't play your trading station usually, Dan, Lefty. No, that's okay. I'm sure other opportunities will show up. right? So we just talked about this thing retesting that 330, right? And it's already at 330. So let's see if it consolidates around this 320-ish, I guess. Alrighty. So again, you do not want to be FOMOing into a stock that's up 350% and stalling at the top of the range, right? Especially into the open when people are locking in their gains, right? So Han says, thanks. SGN, the first stock that really works for me, $1.38 to 380. That's beautiful, hands, right? Also, this is something that people don't do enough is understanding that sometimes like the stocks you get into just don't work. But if you can find a way to eliminate those stocks like quickly, quick, you're gonna eventually be a part of a stock that works for you. Eventually, right? Eventually, you will cook with a stock, especially when you're around this community. You will cook. That's a promise, right? The problem is if you buy a stock that isn't working and you sit there and you're like do 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 do. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell. If you're sitting in one stock and praying and waiting, right? Then you have no chance because you're trying to be a magician, alrighty? Sometimes getting rid of the bad ones and just waiting for the good one and you keep trying and trying and trying, right? Eventually you will hit it. Exactly. Um yeah. From yesterday, SGN 114 to $4. Beautiful Shima, right? So SGN was a name that was already being posted in Discord. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, so SGN, let's see if we can consolidate at the open here, guys. The S&P is dip skiing into the open. Actually, we were dip skiing. Now we're popping. Now we are popping. So a bit of a bounce there. Again, we will get to Nvidia at some point, guys. I'm just gonna pull up Nvidia here, right? Good morning, Mary. And then we will talk about Nvidia as the day goes on for potential gambles and whatnot. And go from there. SGBX again failed at the 200 EMA, so watch the bottom of the range here. If SGBX can stay above $1.15, you should be okay with this one. If it can consolidate above it, right? So, but again, waiting for that consolidation is key. So watch the bottom there. ASBP, watch the 200 EMA at 35.36 here if it can stay above. Alrighty, ASBP, cool. And then again, SGN is probably the top name to watch at the open here. So a bit of a base there and then a pop. So again, usual. If you're not sure what to do, sit on your hands a little bit, let the market consolidate for a second. Alrighty. If you're not sure what to do, sit on your hands for a little bit, let the market chill. Right? Let these stocks go up and down like crackheads, and then we go from there. ASBP is like, nope, you don't get no dips to the 200 EMA, right? And then here comes SGBX retesting that $1.15. So look to the left hand side, right? You can see all of this right there, but again, you have to wait for it to consolidate, right? Just because we're testing support doesn't mean you jump in. It has to prove to you that it's actually holding the bottom. So in this case, if it's dumping below that support, you do not buy it until it consolidates somewhere else, right? Really, none of your business. It's none of your business where it consolidates and but it needs to do it, right? Otherwise you're just taking a gamble, right? And sometimes again, the closer we get to $1, that gamble can be nice, but you have to be willing to take that. Already, SGN is cooking back up there though, right? So number one stonk, right? The number one stonk. So let's see if we can stay above here. And it's nice how they haven't just randomly halted the stock too, Usually with stocks like these that are up 300%, it's like immediately we're halted and then we're halted every 2 seconds. It just kind of kills the vibe. So if you made money in AO, if you made money in SGN or you're still in there, type yes in the chat. If you made monies in this one, yeah. Yeah. If you made monies in SGN or you're still in there, type yes in the chat. And should be a lot of you guys, right? Azuos. Ayo. Buenos dias, Mr. Chairman. Yep, a lot of you. Right, so congratulations again. right? So again, Shima was getting in yesterday. Yi was spamming this in Discord, right? As soon as the news came out this morning, it was posted at 8:45, right? 8:45 is the bottom of the candle, right? That's 8:45 when they dropped that news, right? And that was the first candle. So whether you missed it the previous day or you were getting on the news when it came out in Discord, it was right at the bottom, right? And then cooked. So I'm gonna need to fix that line that I just moved. There we go. So yeah, it looks like we're still playing in that same range, huh? Top and bottoms, tops and bottoms. So it looks like the bottom of the range for now is 315. At least the current bottom we've hit for SGN, and then the top of the range is that supply zone. Alrighty, so the closer we get to $4, the more resistance we have. If we can break above that, send it to $7. Alrighty, and then again, now we need to hold the bottom of the range because if we don't, then we're looking for potentially in between this little range here, between the 50, between this previous bottom here, the 50 EMA and the VWAP. Alrighty, so it would be nice if we stayed above that and just consolidated for a second, though. You know, so that's SGN. SGBX really isn't doing anything that we like yet, other than maybe getting closer to $1. Right, so watch that bottom range. ASBP, right? So this is the one we talked about potentially retesting 35. That thing said, screw that. I'm just gonna hold at the bottom here, right? So the good thing about a stock like this is that it's above the 200, which is really important, but at the same time, it's already sold off and consolidating before the market opens, right? Which is a good thing. So again, selling off and consolidating before the market opens, building that base, and then popping. Alrighty, your next major resistance here will be as soon as you clear 50 cents, right? And then you have that fat supply zone. You can see that the S&P, this is the 5-minute time frame, by the way. So you can kind of see that we're still in a bit of a range, right? In a good way, like we're green for the day, right? But we need to break above that range. So I have a feeling we're going to go back a little bit, back and forth here a little bit, and then pick a direction. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. The trend clearly for the market is up, though, right? The trend is clearly up. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, ASBP. Yep. Looking good. Looking good. Is Bull running? Yeah. Bull has had a. The Benjamin. Benjamin says he's getting into a SGBX. So SGBX and AMOD. So SGBX is holding now $1 for now. Beautiful. By the way, look at AFC in Discord. That's A in the chat. He's cooking, right? After the one-on-ones, he's been cooking ever since. So I like that a lot. Well done. So again, SGBX closer to $1 and then a pop to $1.20. So again, this probably will be Marty. Your entry was closer to $1, right? So maybe at this point, wait for a higher low or a double bottom. Ready? And so again, we're slowly approaching the bot that that range we talked about between the 50 and the VWAP for SGN. So let's see if we can get in there and consolidate. Alrighty. So there's really no rush with this stock. Really no rush at all. Nvidia is getting slapped at the open here. Interesting that Nvidia is getting slapped in the. Let me pull up Bull as well here. Bull is at 14 now. Bull looks nice. Virus, Dan, are you guys still holding those Bull calls? Again, Bull looks beautiful, right? The only annoying thing about Bull is the fact, how it goes back and forth, like it looks good, and then the next second it's like one fat red candle all the way to the abyss. So, but it's back to $14 though, which is nice. I don't think I think SGN is gonna stay above the top of the range, right above the 50 here, because it's bouncing already. So from $3 back to 320 for SGN. Right, I really wanted that thing to dip in between that range, but it doesn't look like it wants to dip in between the range. Dan, okay, very nice. I like it. You're holding July calls, diamond hands till virus. Yep. So there goes ASBP, right? So nice little pop, but then right back to the bottom of the range. Jaden. SPRO. This was another one. We really haven't talked about this one much this morning, but they also had news and it's actually halted up. Right? Yeah, spy with it's trying to. Yeah, spy. Yeah. It's yeah, these first few candles at the open are usually a bit chaotic, but I don't think SGN is quite ready yet, so we're just gonna wait on that one to eventually be ready. SPRO here, that was looking good. There it goes. There it goes. Brand new highs of the day. Not pre-market highs, just highs of the day. SGBX guys, yup, that thing just popped again to the 200 EMA. So yeah, that level is gonna need to be broken though if it wants to push here. Ready? Anybody in this one? There's so many names that we need to pay attention to today, which is it's nice when we have these many names, but that means we're also all over the place. Also means we are all over the place. Spy looks good though, right? So the trend again is clearly up, right? Which is a good thing. Here comes our retest of the 200 EMA we mentioned this morning for ASBP, right? So watch that level there, 36 cents now. Alrighty, and then the 200 EMA on the flip side as resistance for SGBX. So watch for resistance right above $1.30 here for this one. Cool, cool. And then SGN here. Oof. SPY just had a nice pop there. A nice pop. That thing said, wait, let me cook. Let me show you what I can do. Let me show you what I can do. I was waiting for the damn dip, Dan. Waiting for the damn dip. And then we had that dip at the open, but that was it though. Like that, that was it. That wasn't very much of a dip. That wasn't very much of a dip, Yeah. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. Droopy Drago, what's your position in that play? Let me know. Yeah. Yeah, if you're holding calls, you're smiling. Look like Omega. Smiling. Smiling. Yeah, it's sitting right on the 200 there. So let's see if it stays above 36 cents. 36 cents. Exactly, Dan. That was the hope. Nope, didn't get it. We had the pullback coming into the open a little bit, but there goes SGBX, guys. Brand new highs of the day here. Again, session highs. Session highs. Okay. Yeah, the vision. Yeah, let's see if it does. So it looks like we're clearing that 200 EMA here for SGBX. Question for you guys in the chat, right? Usually a question we ask in the in pre-market. What's your favorite name so far in the market? I know there are quite a few names we're paying attention to, right? What's your favorite name right now in the market for these? Dang, was that the dip, Dan? That was it. Spy. Spy said, "I hope you bought the dipskis." LVWR. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, for now, SGBX is looking like the name, right? So approaching 145, 150 for resistance. SGN only. SGN is doing a good job holding above that 50 EMA we talked about, right? So I think we wanted it in between the range, but again, it looks like that was your candle in between the range. We wicked into the range, right, and then we popped. So if you bought the dip skis on SGN, well, you're happy for now. Happy for now. SGBX again, the shorts are going long, they're saying, right? So it's always nice to keep track of some of these Twitter accounts, you know. So the the anyways, I read it early on stream, but that's a nice pop though for SGBX here. Very, very nice pop. Yeah, SPY looks nice. Can we get another 1% green day today, please? Right, no signs of consolidation or curl yet for ASBP. So again, 36 cents. Let's hope it can curl at some point. Yeah. Alrighty, and then again, look at that, right? Straight to the supply zone, 145, 150, and then dip skis for SGBX. So not a major surprise there. Alrighty, red zones means no go. 3%, deal, do it, Josh, do it. Alrighty, so and then what SGN is gonna need here to do to actually cook is clear this downtrend. Alrighty, once we break and close above the downtrend, I think SGN is gonna finally take over again. Alrighty, once we actually break this downtrend that we're forming here, right there. Once we actually break that and close above, then SGN will be ready. But now it's still playing a lot of games with us here, so we'll keep an eye on that. We shall keep an eye on that. Alrighty. So again, we still like the name, right? Nothing wrong with it. SGBX also still needs to break above that 145, 150 for the next push. Alrighty. So, but a little bit of resistance there. No. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So until it breaks above the downtrend, ready? Yeah. Sounds good. Here we go. SGN, right? So it looks like it's trying to break above it. It's trying to. And it's right back below the downtrend, right? So it's trying. But until it does, until it does, uh, until it does. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Uh, there we go. Looks like it almost created like a another mini downtrend, but really, honestly, don't really care for that. What it needs to do is stay above $3.30. Stay above. mm, 380. Yeah, 356. Marty, you have to join us in Discord, and then you have the opportunity to buy the tool. Alrighty, SGBX really got slapped from resistance. They slapped it hard from that supply zone. My goodness, right? SGN for now is the one because it broke above the downtrend, right? Your next resistance for this thing is that 380 that's been mentioned already. So here comes 360. 360. 370. All right, so 380 is your next little tiny resistance there. Do, 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 do. 370. Yeah. Let's go, everybody. Yep, exactly, Josh. Exactly. Virus, I'll take a look. I'll take a look. I will take a look ski. SGN is dumping. Yeah, so as soon as we get close to the supply zone, there you have resistance, right? So this range, this opening resistance range that we had coming into the open, that's going to be a problem. So it's going to need to break above that range if it wants to cook. Alrighty, so that's going to be your resistance. Your support will be probably a retest of this downtrend. And if that doesn't hold, then you're looking for 290. Alrighty, I'd like for it to stay about 330 though. Then it seems like 330, 325. Then it seems like it's just a retest of the downtrend. That's fine. Alrighty. Yeah, spy with a nice pop, but then slap back to the bottom of the range. Like a nasty, nasty slap. Damn. Let's see if that thing stays above the bottom of the range here. Yeah, they slapped it. They said, "Hey, spy, where do you think you're going? Where did you think you were going?" Yeah. Wait, I mean, this is the bottom of the range, so let's see if it consolidates above them, right? It's looking a bit on the sus side here. A bit on the sus side. Almost like I wanted to come back down and fill the gap. But anyways, I like what SGN is doing here just by staying above that 330, right? Retesting the trend line and then going back up. So let's see if we can stay above. Let's see if we can stay above. There you go. SGBX came all the way back down to the bottom of the range again. Yeah, just watch a dollar in that thing there. Looks like SPRO is holding that 200 EMA, which is good for now. See what I mean about Bull though? Like Bull is pretty annoying in how it performs, right? It looks really good and then it doesn't look good, right? We need something to break out here though, preferably SGBX. ASBP has just been chilling around the 200 EMA. So there really isn't a whole lot to look at here, but if it can cross back above the chrono, that might be a good thing. Ready? Yeah. ILAC. There we go. Yep, absolutely. Virus, yeah, I like it. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like SPRO is holding the 200 for now. So as long as that thing stays above $1.90, I don't mind it. Right. We're looking at a whole bunch of names that still look good, right? But they're still in the same range is the only downside. Wes, I know that's why maybe that's why we haven't looked yet. Right. Let me take a look at ILAG though. ILAG, nice little pop, 82%. You can kind of tell that the volume is still coming in on some of these candles. Um, like just it's weird how the candles are performing is all I'm saying, right? Yogi, I'm up $7,000 today on SGN. Woof, Yogi, cooked. You can tell Yogi scalped this thing quite a few times. You can tell he's scalped this thing a few times. So Yogi, well done, well done, congratulations, love it. Now Yogi's gonna go play pickleball all day today. The money's been made. He's off to pickleball. Well done, Yogi. Love it. Yeah. So again, I kind of like how it's holding above that 330. So if we can stay above that, that'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good. Thanks, team. Leaving for pickleball in a few. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's the best day ever, right? You're done nice and early, and then you're gonna go exercise, Yogi, and have some fun, right? What more can you ask for, right? What more can you ask for? So I like it. I want to come play pickleball. Wes, go join. Go join. Well, Dr. Rob, I'll let the results, speak for themselves. The results, you know? Yeah. Spy is looking a bit on the sus side, right? So like it has to bounce now or they're gonna slap it a lot lower. So that thing better start bouncing like now, now, now. Otherwise, it has a lot more room to the downside. So this next 5 minute candle better be the bottom. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean I like has done well, right? It's up 85%, so that's not too bad. Not bad at all. So congratulations if you fall into that, right? The name that we've liked though for now is SGN, right? So why? SGN is bounced off the bottom like we needed it to, and it's broken above the downtrend, right? The only thing that it's missing now is breaking above that supply zone at the top. Alrighty, breaking above the resistance at the top there. So $3.80, and then after that you're looking for $4. So we broke above the downtrend. We came back and retested the downtrend. We're holding about 330. Now we need to clear that the top side though. Yeah. Come on now. Can we not range like the whole day? SGBX is also holding the demand zone, right? So that's what I mean. Like we have a whole bunch of names that we like, but they all for some reason seem to just want to be going sideways in the same range. Yeah. The range. And Spy still playing games with us. I like just got slapped and halted down, right? This is why we don't look at this stock very much because it has a history of scamming. I mean, this thing just went from 80 cents to 57 cents and halted down, right? This is why we don't pull it up too much because that thing will enter you in the blink of an eye, right? SGN is still the one. Come on, SGN, you can do it. You can do it. There we go, SGN. There we go. Beautiful. Look at that. That thing popped to resistance 380 and then immediately came back down to the bottom of the range. Immediately. One second. Yep, for sure. We still do need to break above the range and close above them. Here you go. Done for the day. 46-second scalp. Eh? I like it. Yeah, we still need to break above the top here. M-Bot with a bit of a pop too. That one's had a really good past. So that might be something to keep a close eye on as well. GME. Don't worry, Azul is thrusting already. Azul is thrusting. Okay. Here we go. See, the good thing about SGN is, as annoying as it looks, right, you can still tell that the candles are trending up, right? So as annoying as this thing looks, and like for as slow as it looks, right, it's doing what it needs to do, right? So let's see if it can keep going here. The time is now, SGN. The time is now. Here we go. Here we go, SGN. Here we go. Boom skis, guys. Boom skis. Woof. Right? Boom skis. Love it. Love it. Love it. Boom skis. Pablo, what happened? What happened? You sold too soon, AK. You're green though, right? Remember that, right? If you're selling too soon, you're probably making money and you're happy with the monies, right? If you're selling too soon, you're fine. You're probably green. So yeah. Again, if you're still in SGN, type yes in the chat. If you're still in SGN, type yes in the chat. It's time. So our next resistance will be this double top that we had in pre-market. So we need to break above that, right? So breaking close above 410, and then you're looking for 430-ish. Alrighty, looking good though. Looking very, very good. There goes 422. Right? So that 430 is our next resistance. They're not this time, not 420. That's why it's so easy for it to break above 420. Right? So the resistance is closer to 430 there. High of the day is 426 on that last candle there. Yes, 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 yes. I like it. Again, make sure you move your stop losses up or you pay yourself on the way up. Do not diamond hand. Do not sit there. Yogi says, I'm back in. Let's go, Yogi. Right? Yogi couldn't walk away. So again, the damn thing looks good, right? We had a downtrend. We had a bottom coming into the open. We had a range we were waiting for. The most important thing here for me is breaking above the downtrend, right? This was the most important thing here for me, right? So we're trending down clearly, right? Breaking above this downtrend and coming back to retest it, very important, right? As soon as we do that, okay, 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 let's cook. Let's cook. What happened, Pablo? How do you join us in Discord? Click the link at the bottom of the chat there. Become a legend member and come join us. Don't do like how Simona lied to us and then yeah, don't do that. But AK, you're up $18,000 for the day. Whew! I'm telling you guys, the criminals are cooking, right? If you are not a member, right? If you're not a member and you're missing out on these plays, you just don't like monies. If you're asking like, is now a good time to buy? You just don't like monies. Sniper from 365 to 420. Done with this for now. Give me a high five. Right? $18,000 for the day. Whew. Dinner on AK, guys. Dinner on AK. Let's go. Where are we going, guys? Where are we? Where's everybody going? 418. You sold at 418. That's not bad, right? Quick scalpy, right? Look at it now. We're sitting at 350, right? So again, pay yourself on the way up. Just keep in mind that this thing is up over 300% still. Even with this dip, it's still up 300%, right? So there you go, profit taking, right? Do not diamond hand. Have a stop loss, move the stop losses up, right? Don't sit there and pray. Alrighty. So now we're halted down at $3.14. So this was a beautiful stock, though. There can be no complaints on this one whatsoever. No complaints at all. Pablo, did you tag me? uh, did you change your name already? Pablo, just be ready. Be ready for next season. Just be ready. SCWO with a nice pop there. 2 trades. Mohammed, well done. Well done, well done, well done. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yeah, SCWO. So yeah, this one's halted down now, but it did really well, right? So again, this is when the news came out and it was posted in Discord, right? 8:45. I'm gonna keep showing you guys until you all come join us in Discord, right? So it was posted in Discord at 8:45, right? When the news came out. Also, a lot of people were swinging this already from the day before, right? And it was all over Discord, right? So again, even if you just go with the news, which was the latest piece to the puzzle, right? At 8:45 a.m. this morning. Where's 8:45 a.m., guys? Right there, right? Right there, right there on the very first candle. That's 8:45 Eastern time, right? So again, when we say come join us in Discord, it doesn't guarantee you're gonna make money, but just being around plays like this from the very beginning, chances are you will probably get in, right? So don't play yourself, right? So again, from 80 cents, 85 cents, all the way to $4.26, right? So very nice rally. And now we're dipping. So let's see what happens after the on halts. Pablo, unbelievable. 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 As well, exactly, Shima, right? So again, SGN was posted the day before, right? So if you're not a member yet, click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Sign up for the legend level. Come join us in Discord. Stop missing out. So now we wait to see what happens on the on halt. A quick look at some of the other names. SPRO is still holding the 200, which is fine, right? SGBX is also holding the demand zone, which is also fine. That's what I mean, right? There's so many names that we like. They're all just, playing games with us. Yeah. So really good bottom here for SGBX. So this one still looks good, right? ASBP, same thing. Like it's hugging the 200 EMA. It's not really going anywhere though, right? SPY has become a bit of a trash monkey stock. I'm kidding, by the way. But yeah, watch that 590.50. Alrighty, that's your first little base there, and then let's see what happens. The pre-market low for SPY early this morning was 89.50, so 589.50. So let's hope we stay above that. Alrighty, we stay above that. Cool, 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 cool. Nvidia is dropping and your calls are going up. Yup, that's the that's the earnings. The especially for a name like Nvidia and Tesla, these two names, those options are bound to pay either way into earnings. But after earnings, though, oof, if you're in the wrong direction, your premiums are gonna be burned so hard. You're gonna think you live, like right under the equator or something. Um, yeah. Grims traveled to South Africa. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. So yeah, those calls are somehow usually nice, like the day before earnings, but the day after earnings, oof, you better not be in the wrong direction because Nvidia will burn the rubbish out of you. It's halted, so no one for now. No one. 58%. Okay. SGN is on halted, guys. That was quick. All right. So let's see if we stay above the bottom of the range again. Alrighty. So let's see if we stay above this little area here for SGN. Let's see if we stay above the bottom of the range. But maybe you can la na 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 la na 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 na. I'll take a look in a second. Yeah. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, no, you can. You should be able to hear me now. I know you should be able to hear me. But yeah, no, SGN is holding that $3, which is good. Yeah, which is good. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. Did anybody buy the dip skis on SGN, guys? Anybody buy the dip skis? Right, that was a sweet circle double bottom there. So little scalpy Allen 316 to 328, not bad. Yeah, you did, Wes. MJ, you did. Zilly, you did. Yeah, Alan, not a bad scalp at all. Not bad. Yeah. I mean, again, we came back to the same double bottom, right? It doesn't necessarily guarantee we're going to go back to the top. It definitely doesn't guarantee we're going to go back to the top, right? But again, sometimes when we're sitting at that double bottom, you can get a bit of a scalpy, right? Especially in the demand zone. Demand zone, you have so many things going for you at the bottom there. Demand zone, double bottom, VWAP, right? Retest of the downtrend. So, um, yeah, again, at least a quick scalpy up that level is usually a good thing, right? Let's see how high it wants to push though. So we just went from 295 to $3.30. Actually, the top of the candle was almost 350, so that's not too bad. Yeah, D, yeah, not bad at all. Yeah. Oh, exactly. So you want to see some higher lows here, right? You don't want to see this thing make brand new lows because if it does, people are gonna panic, right? And then we're gonna drop. So again, if you got in, make sure your stop loss is somewhere like in a good area, please. Right? You never want to be the person that's holding a bag on a stock that's up 300% because it's painful. It is painful. Some of the other stocks we're still paying attention to are still going sideways, right? Like SPRO doesn't look bad, but the volume is in there, right? SGBX is coming back to the bottom of the range again. So watch a dollar, right? Nothing's really changed. ASBP again, this thing was going sideways, but now with a bit of a pop, right? Needs the volume, right? I like again, this is why we stay away from stuff like this, right? So erase the entire move, everything, all together to the bridge. I erased it all. Who called it? Probably Simona in the chat. Oh, no, 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 no. Well done, A. I like those scalps. I like those scalps a lot. I like the scalpies a lot. PLRZ with a bit of a pop there. Come on now. Give us the boomskis. Give us the boomskis. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Alrighty. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you have any questions, make sure you're asking. Alrighty. Any questions at all, make sure you're asking. Interacting is good. Don't be shy. Being shy doesn't help anybody already. So make sure you're interacting. Ask questions if you have them. And even if I don't answer right away, just keep asking, and I'll answer. Alrighty. Make sure you're getting something out of the streams. You're asking questions. You're learning. Cool. Cool. Let me pull up a PLRZ here because that thing is you got question you have a question, Nathan? What's your question? There goes a pop to $1. So 105 is your next resistance here. That's supply zone. Uh Nathan, don't do it. But see, it's good to know, right? It's good to have an answer to that question, right? Don't do it though. There goes 106. Woof. That thing's like, let me cook, please. Let me cook. That was a nice pop, actually. It was a very nice pop. It's a very, 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 very nice pop there. A very, 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 very nice pop. SPY? No, I think SPY is getting slapped to new lows of the day here. So we're probably going back down to retest the 200, which maybe is what we should have waited for. That's a nest. This is why like the price action at the open is usually confusing, because the first few candles we looked amazing, and then right away, look at that, right? So the open is some like very 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 annoying price action sometimes, most of the time. Most of the time. Mm, mm, mm. Mary says, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Tesla, Kieran, what's your question for Tesla? If you have a question, guys, please just clarify, right? Let me help you, right? So I'm in the stock at this price, I'm looking for an entry. I'm already in this, I'm holding options, I'm thinking this. What do you think, right? Help me out a little bit, because sometimes when you just put a ticker symbol in the chat with a question mark, I'm like, what do you want me to say? Alrighty, what do you want me to say? Uh, so again, PLRZ's halted up. Yeah, PLRZ's halted up. Alrighty, so 109 holds. Nice pops there. SGN is still playing with the same range. Let me take a look at Tesla. I took a put on Tesla for and it crossed below. See, that's what I mean, right? Because sometimes I answer the question and they're like, I'm already in Tesla. I'm holding calls. I'm already red, right? Then I have to go back and answer the whole question again. So, Kieran, thank you for clarifying Tesla. So you bought some puts, Tesla for 357.50. It crossed below. Okay, so you're green on those puts then, is what you're saying. Or like across the question is a bit confusing actually. I took puts on Tesla for 357, like, so that's the strike 357 as it crossed below 360. So you bought those puts early today on the way down, and now it's pumping. The question now is, what do you do with that position basically? Well, I mean, let's take a look at the daily here first, because I know Tesla has a little bit of resistance here. Yeah, if you look to the left hand side there, right, this last little bounce we had for Tesla, we failed around like 365, 360, 366. Alrighty. Also, part of Tesla and when they expire, right, really important. So actually, it at a loss, waiting for it to go back. Yeah, when do they expire, Akiran? When do those puts expire? At least once next season, yes. Yes, once Trent, put some of those free kick goals in, Pablo, oof, you're gonna be praying. They expire next week, so next Friday, basically. Okay. Um, I think again, part of the problem you're going to deal with is Nvidia. Those Nvidia earnings tonight are going to dictate the way that we perform tomorrow as well. Um, but again, when you look at the daily chart for Tesla, Tesla is sitting at a bit of a double top. Alrighty. So for me, if in that same position, as long as Tesla stays below, right, 365, 366, I think you should be okay. Also, think about a stop loss, all right? Don't let this thing take you to the abyss, right? Think about a stop loss, how big your position is, right? You just got those today, right? And they expire next week. So you shouldn't be down too bad, like minus 90%, minus 50%, right? So think of a stop loss. But I think again, if we can stay below this double bottom, you should be okay. Alrighty. If you look at the 4 hour chart for Tesla, right? It's been stalling below that range, right? Look at the last 3 4 hour candles here for Tesla, right? Since last night and this morning, we keep tapping that 65, 365 and backing off, right? So that's a good thing for now for you, righty? So look at that, it's dropping now a little bit too, right? So as long as we stay below that range, you should be okay. Alrighty, you can see that resistance even on a smaller time frame, right? Like it's right there. That's supply zone, right? There's the red zone, right? Double top right there. So we're getting close and then going back down. So, alrighty. There we go. And there goes Tesla, right? Those slapping Tesla there. 361, right? Your puts should be coming back to life, Kieran, right? What broker do we recommend? Depends what you're trying to do, William, right? Are you trying to scalp some of these momentum stocks? Are you looking to Webull is usually the one people look for, and then Robinhood for simplicity, right? For a lot of people, as much as some people don't like it, it's um, yeah. Okay, back to SGN. SGN is just chilling. Like the damn thing is just chilling. Shish. Unhalted, by the way, guys, for PLRZ, as we were looking at some of the other names, this one got unhalted, right? And then Boomskis. Is anybody in this one? Anybody FOMO into this and locking in some gains? There it goes. There we go. $1.33. Woof. You in, David? You in there? In there like swimwear? In there like swimwear. So again, the beauty of being in Discord is that this thing was alerted in Discord at 10:15, right? 10:15 a.m. Eastern time, right? Where's 10:15 a.m., guys? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right on the breakout candle right there at 86 cents. Right there. Right? Right there, guys, on the breakout. Right? Right there on the breakout. That might not be the first alert that I looked at, by the way. I don't want to scroll backwards still. But again, right there. So if you're not a member, you're missing out. There it goes. Now we're halted from 86 cents, that last alert, right, to $1.33. Just like that. Just like that. Boom skis. Right? Just like that. Again, if you're not a member yet, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots. Become a legend member. Come join us. You jumped in at 109, Jason. Straight FOMO and green. Right? I bet you like the longer this one cooks, the money will rotate from some of these other names. Look at SGN, right? As soon as you see one name pumping, the other names start to dip a little bit because people are pulling their money out to go to the one that's cooking. So you can kind of see SGBX dipping, right? So SBRO is still just sitting here. SPRO, um, right? And then this one's halted up, obviously. Obviously. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Again, if you're holding PLRZ, type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat. If you're holding PLRZ here. MJS. No luck to get in. Okay. Yep. Again, that was a beautiful breakout, by the way, right? Beautiful breakout. So if you were paying attention to the bot in Discord, right, that was a nice break. And then boom skis. Yeah. So now let's see. Let's wait for the breakouts here. SGN again. Watch for the same bottom, right? The closer we get to that $293, let's see if it continues to hold that demand zone. Ready? So we'll keep coming back to this one until like it dies or we bounce and cook. Alrighty. So now we wait. ARAI halted. I need to pull that one up at some point here, but it's halted up though. Yeah, ancient one, yeah. Halted up. What do you think about investing in hot trades? What do you mean, pizza? What do you mean? Uh, it did a little bit, yeah. Let's see what happens here. Right, so on halting below that supply zone for PLRZ. Alrighty, let's see what happens here with this candle. That candle said, "Excuse me, sir. Let me show you some volatility. 127, 130, 133. So brand new highs of the day here for PLRZ. 134. Again, MJ, make sure you move that stop loss up, please. Alrighty, because of all of those supply zones right there. Please. Or again, you could have just taken profits, right? Profits. Is it halted down? It looks like it's halted down. 112. Right. So that kind of made brand new highs, which isn't too bad because it gives you the time to move your stop loss up or just take the gains, right? And then halt it down. Right. ASBP, yup, right? It just sat there. It just had to sit here for like 30 minutes, and then eventually pop. Your next resistance is 42.50. Alrighty. So 42-ish. 42.50. Next resistance for ASBP. Nice little base though. Woo, look at SGN, guys. They slapped it to the 200 EMA. Right? So, again, from 80 cents, guys, to $4.30 almost, right? That is pretty nice. So, no one should be red on this thing. No one should be red on this stock. If you are, then you have some issues we need to look into. Probably greed or diamond hands, right? So we need to fix those before you could lock in anything in the green though, right, MJ? So that's fine, right? Especially looking at it now and seeing that it's halted down. Yeah, you'd rather that stop loss be hit or versus holding a nice bag there. The only downside to ASBP is that it's still lacking some of the volume it needs to cook. Be careful. Yeah. Here comes our 42, guys, for ASBP. So right around this zone here. That thing said, "Excuse me, I want to break it. I want to break it." 42. Why is it crashing? It's had a really good run, and also crypto is dipping a little bit. Dip skiing a little bit there. 43.67. There we go. 44. Have they confirmed that, Eric, that they're actually buying Bitcoin? Or we're just speculating. Let me go back and take a look again. SPY looks like rubbish, right? So this thing will probably play around with this 200 EMA, right? If SPY wants to bounce, this is the time, right? That 200 EMA is the time. Is the time, and then ARAI. This one's been giving some nice little pops there. 843 highs. I mean, the volume isn't crazy, but yeah, the volume isn't too crazy. And look at this, guys. Look at ASBP. Oof. ASBP said, "Hey, pay attention to me, guys. I'm at 50 cents now. I'm the big boy. I'm the big boy now." You switched to puts? Okay. 51, guys. Whoo, damn. We broke above that 42.50 and it said thanks, goodbye. What's the pre-market high on this one? So 60 cents, right? 54, 54, 55, solid supply zone. But that was a nice pop, ASBP. This is what we said earlier. Like, we have a whole bunch of names that still look good, but they're just sitting there. This one sat here for a damn long time. And then eventually broke out above the 50. So that break above the 50 was your signal there. That was your signal. So back to 51 cents here. PMI celebrating 52 cents. So again, that 54.55, that seems to be the bigger issue, right? Because you have all of these wicks on the left hand side. Even though we went to 60 cents, you notice how like most of these wicks were around this area, right? 54 to 55. So we just hit 53 cents and then we're backing off a little bit. So it's a lot of resistance there. Lots of resistance. PLRZ is unhalted, guys, and retesting $1. So let's see if this is just a retest. Alrighty. SGN, watch the 200 EMA here. So closer to $2.30, 240, 230. Cool. Oh, okay, I see. Shima, did you lock in some gains or you're just keeping the full position? Did you lock in some gains? PRTA. PRTA. Yeah, the volume isn't crazy, too crazy for this one either. Bet you the float, 43 million. That's why it's moving like a snail. Oh no, ASBP. ASBP is like, bye guys, 56 cents. That thing said, screw your resistance, screw your supply zone. Yeah. Screw everything. Again, the candle hasn't closed yet. Alrighty, so it needs to close above that range. And then if it does, yeah, perfect. Send it. Right? 60 cents would be the next retest TM, that pre-market high. Here comes 58 cents, 59, 65. Damn! ASBP. Sheesh. That thing said, okay, tell me another level. Tell me another level so I can destroy it. It's like, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Oh my goodness. 64 cents. Say it with your chest. It's halted up. Okay. 68 cents. Not this one. PLRZ is halted up. So high of 68, guys. Yeah. 68 pennies. Okay. Here comes 69. Pablo's favorite number. Pablo, your favorite number. Shit. There you go. Jaden, 47 to 65. Is like that's your scalp? I like that a lot. Well done. Mm, doo, doo, doo. Interesting. La, 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 la. Yeah, Zoro definitely not. Not at this point. No, not at this point. No. Yeah. So PLRZ is halted up. Halted up. I wonder if this sell up though today for the market is just because of Nvidia still, right? Like, is that almost like a setup? You know, is it a setup? Setup for boom skis after earnings. Hmm. Interesting. SGN is still dipping them. Yeah, SPY looks nasty. Nasty, nasty. Yeah, the boom skis for ASBP came after the we broke above, right? So sometimes when you're paying attention to a stock, right, watch the range, right? Like if we're going sideways in this range here, right, that's the resistance. Also, it's a fine balance between like the resistance and also the yellow line, right? This yellow line is the 50 EMA, right? You notice how like the top of the range was that yellow line right there. As soon as we broke above though, that's when the volume kicked in, right? As soon as we broke above 37 cents, that's when everybody was like, oh, okay, we broke out, right? Then now what happens? We get to the next line, right? The VWAP, right? So you see how all of these lines have a reason to be here. Sometimes they're useless, but sometimes they're important, right? Now we get to the red line, the VWAP, right? And it's like, oh, you know what? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. As soon as we close above the VWAP, boom skis, right? Boom skis gone, right? So these lines are, sometimes they're just here for decoration, but sometimes they work, right? Sometimes the red zones are here for decoration, sometimes they work. So always nice to just have stuff on your chart, right? Because you never know which one will, yeah. Anyways, anyways, uh, sell up because of the FOMC minutes later today. Those come out today, Grun. Mm. Yeah, I highly doubt though that was selling up because we're anticipating because yeah, those are being published today at 2, yeah, usually on the Wednesday, right, at 2 p.m., right? So uh the sell-off wouldn't be because of that. Like this is like it's a random time, right? Anyways, back to PLRZ here, guys. We're hitting highs of the day now. Yup. Yup. There it goes. Woo, look at that, guys. 150. Damn, that retest was actually quite nice. That was actually quite a nice retest then. Here you go. 157. Cooking. John, what's your question for Tesla? 120 to 150. David King. Let's go. Well done. Congratulations. That's a very nice scalp. You notice how SGN was like the beauty of the morning, guys, right? And then we had a really good pop, right? And then all of a sudden now it looks like the trash stock of the day, even though it's still holding the 200. So as long as it stays above the 200, there's still a chance, right? But this is the point where we were trying to make, right? You do not need to stay in the same stock and just sit there and pray and pray and pray, right? You don't need to sit in the same stock. Sometimes when something isn't working, get rid of it, right? Because in the time where you got rid of this stock, if it wasn't working for you, you could have been in ASBP and cooked, right? You could have been in PLRZ and cooked, right? So just because something isn't working doesn't mean you just sit there and pray, right? You have to know how to lose money, and sitting there isn't the way to lose monies. Alrighty, so there goes 160. Would the membership help if I have zero knowledge and want to start day trading? I have a few questions on membership. Wait to connect. Um, Marhak, the membership will definitely help if you're new to trading. Would definitely help. Sign up again. Click the link at the bottom of the chat. Sign up for the legend level and come ask your questions in Discord. Alrighty, cool, cool. Moving on. Oh no 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 no. Yeah. PLRZ. Mm, okay. I need to sell to buy Michael. Yeah. Okay. SGBX is trying to. Yeah, it's trying to break above that last support it had there. So 105 basically. Yeah. It's trying to. 150, Rich? I like it. I like it. Yeah, so the dollar isn't the issue here, Bailey. It's you see how like easy it was for it to break above a dollar, right? So it's more like 105-ish that it needs to break above. Again, the closer we get to lunchtime, guys, when these names slow down, we'll talk about Nvidia more, right? So if you're watching Nvidia, looking for earnings for Nvidia, right? We'll talk about it as the day progresses here. Let me pull up Tesla again really quickly, though. Yeah, Tesla's still playing with that same range. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Nvidia. Anybody planning on taking anything Nvidia though? A lot of people are doing covered calls, right? A lot of people are doing Nvidia covered calls. Jason, that was a very good scalp, by the way. Congratulations. Very good scalpy. Again, don't diamond hand these stocks, please. We're coming back for another retest, right? So ASBP, this looked really nice, right? From 70 cents almost back to 45. So again, don't diamond hand these stocks. Also try not to FOMO. Alrighty? Try not to FOMO. Let's go, Lauren. Let's go. Educational videos in classes, absolutely. Speaking of which, I still need to come up with the calendar and make more sessions. But yeah, at the very least, we need to do a Q&A at some point. Honestly, Dan, yeah, are you gone? Yeah, it looks like doo doo. Unless, yeah, doo doo. Yeah. ECDA with some nice pops there. You know what? I'm gonna pull up ECDA. It's a nice little pop there. It's like one penny stock after the other. One penny stock after the other. Looking at some forward options. Okay. For what then? Anything specific? 43 cents. Thoughts on Nvidia earnings? SK, are you in a position that, or are you just wondering, just thinking? I promise we'll talk about Nvidia a bit more. Yeah, SPY. Okay, there goes 46 cents for ECDA here, 70%. PLRZ is halted down, guys. Yeah. So again, supply zone, lock the gains in, right? Do not diamond hand any of these names to them. Today is not the day, right? SGN is still doing a good job of holding the 200 at least, holding the 200 EMA at the very least. SGN, so let's see if it stays above it. So and then watch this retest of this area here for ASBP. So what level is that? Like 42, yeah, that 42.50 we talked about earlier, right? SGBX still needs to break out. You are? What's your position for Nvidia then? I just want to understand SK, like what your thought process is, and if you're in a position and like what it's like, right? Just give me as much detail as possible, and then we can kind of chat, right? Almost like we're having a conversation. But it's also nice to know that you're in a position already, and see what that position looks like. There goes 256 SGN. So I mean, if you gambled off the 200 EMA here, guys, right, as it's consolidating, that's not too bad, right? At least you're getting a few cents. You know what I mean? So the bottom of the range at the 200 EMA was at $2.36, 235, 236. Right now we're pushing for the 260. So that's not too bad of a curl, is it? Is it? EMA, Rob Neighbors, EMA. Yeah. So will it go to 145? Are you holding options 140? Are you holding options or shares? If you are, what's your entry price, SK? There goes 160. Again, we'll look at Nvidia. Nvidia is not going to miss earnings, guaranteed. I will bet Dan's futures account on that Nvidia is not going to miss earnings, right? Yeah. So the problem isn't the beating of earnings, right? The problem is, like Sean says, the expectation and then the guidance, right? So that's the problem. And sometimes that stuff is unexpected. You can never really tell the way that we react, right? So Nvidia is such a good company that, like, the expectations are very high, but they usually beat and exceed those expectations, right? But then the guidance is what the market will look for. Like if Nvidia says something like, "Oh, we had a little stumble on the China deal, because of China tariffs and blah blah blah," Nvidia is gonna get slapped, right? Even though it's not a problem anymore, you know. I'm holding shares at 125. Okay, perfect. I'll take a look. Uh, yeah. Yep. Regardless of like regardless of what the market like has for Nvidia will beat earnings, right? So again, this is what I'm referring to. So look at this, right? I'm gonna delete all of these lines for Nvidia. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my Nvidia chart here. Dan is gonna be happy. So the last time Nvidia reported earnings was on the left hand side, right? Let's just look at Nvidia. Like let's just go back and look at Nvidia history here, right? So Nvidia reported earnings right here, right? Keep in mind too, though, like part of this was to do with tariffs, and we had a lot of negativity in the air, right? So that in itself was a problem already. But again, Nvidia did not miss earnings last time. So this green circle at the bottom here, that was the last earnings, right? And it connects with this candle right here. Look what Nvidia did. Nvidia beat earnings and still got slapped from 130 all the way down. Like a week later, we were sitting at 104, 106, right? And then we continued to drop to to 86 dollars, right? So that's the last earnings. The earnings before that, look at it, right? This had nothing to do with tariffs, right? Nvidia was pumping into earnings, right? Pump, 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 right? Post earnings spike and then slapped, right? So basically IV burn, the burning premiums on the options, right? So again, you can see the confusion, right? So it's not like Nvidia missed earnings though. Nvidia beat earnings, right? EPS and revenue, right? So we keep going back here. Look at this, right? You think Nvidia missed earnings right here? You think Nvidia missed earnings right there? No. What happened? What happened, guys? Slap, 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 right? So now we go back three earnings results, and every time Nvidia cooks into earnings, right, they price it in and then they burn your damn options, right? So, and then look at that. So we go back one more, and then again, ignore this because then we're dealing with the split, right? I don't want to really go back there. But we basically gone back like three quarters for Nvidia, and they beat earnings every single time, and yet the stock still dropped, right? If you're holding shares, you're gonna be fine, right? If you're holding shares, Nvidia is going to be fine, right? So SK with an average of like the 125, you're going to be fine, right? You're going to be a-okay. And honestly, if Nvidia can drop before earnings, drop some more, that's actually a good thing, right? Maybe they can price in some negativity or something. But all of this is to say that, regardless of a company beating earnings, like I mean, to think of like Nvidia is one of the only companies that we can bet will beat earnings. Even if the expectations are on the moon, Nvidia will get there, right? That's not the problem. The problem is guidance and also just, like market being the market, right? So don't do crazy, crazy gambles. If you're holding shares though, you're gonna be okay, right? Exactly, Jericho. So if you're holding shares, you're gonna be fine. Nvidia dips, you buy some more Nvidia shares, right? Nvidia was at $90 a month ago, right? What are we at now? 135, right? You're not buying a trash company. You're not holding a trash company. But if you're holding options, though, that's when it becomes dangerous because the goal is to destroy you. Unless Nvidia like crushes it, the goal is to destroy you. Whether you're holding puts or calls, they're gonna find a way to slap you. I'm trying to spread some nasty rumors about Nvidia. You better spread those rumors now before the earnings, so then it can pump after. What I would like to see, obviously, is for Nvidia to cook, right? Push for 150 after earnings. But again, all I'm trying to say is, as much as we like Nvidia, it's usually like in the air, right? 50-50. Eventually, though, even if Nvidia dips after earnings, it's going to recover back, right? So when you're holding those shares, you're fine. But if you're holding options and they report earnings, you're like, I just went to zero. Now the stock is pumping without me. That's the goal. That's exactly what they want, right? PLRZ's halted down again, guys. So supply zone dipskis, right? ASBP, we talked about this retest, right? 4250, is it curling? Yes, it is, right? So this was the breakout. This is the retest, basically, right? SGN went to 260 and then backed off. So, but yeah, the smartest way though to play earnings, guys, the smartest way to play earnings for Nvidia, smartest way to play when it comes to options is doing cash secured puts, which Jericho is doing, or doing covered calls, which Mark is doing, right? So those are the two best ways to do it, right? Covered calls and cash secured puts. As you can see, the balloons popping up on screen because the stream agrees with me, right? Yeah. So, alrighty. I know, right, Jeff? Ayo. Yeah, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us, because Nvidia has been a chat, Nvidia has been talked about for the last 2 days now and what they're doing, right? Click the link at the bottom of the chat and come join us. In covered calls, Wes, yeah, right. So especially like if you're so to do covered calls, you would have to own. So if you want to do one covered call, you have to own at least 100 shares of Nvidia, right? To do cash secured puts, though, you do not need to own the shares. You just need to have the equivalent of the potential cash to buy the stock when it gets to that price, right? Your broker just wants to see that, okay, if you're doing cash. So when you do cash secured puts, right, when you do covered calls, the idea is that you're hoping that it crashes, right? So then you basically keep the premium on the calls and you keep your shares, right? You're basically covering the downside. Basically, when you do covered calls, you're protecting yourself if we crash, right? Because you're going to get paid either way, right? When you do cash secured puts, right, you're hoping that we rally, basically, right? So if we rally, then you get to keep the premium from the cash secured puts, right? But if somehow we crash, though, you have to buy those shares if you're if you're in the monies, right? So if you do cash secured puts for $90, Nvidia gets to $90, your broker is gonna say, "Hey, it's time, come over here," right? So they're gonna make sure that you have the money, right? Or you could do the straddle, right? The strangle or the straddle, right? Two good strategies. If you do that, though, um, the problem is, again, the market maker is gonna try and get you both ways, right? If Nvidia opens tomorrow and it's playing games and it's in the middle and it's doing this, which it does all the time, guess what? The Stratos is destroyed as well. So is the Strangle, right? So that's the only downside to that. There's a problem with kind of shorting your own stock if it does pump and no early assignments. Exactly, Wes. Exactly. So when you do those covered calls, you want to make sure that you're aiming for a little bit high, right? It's a fine balance, isn't it? Like picking a price that is high enough that you don't get there, but also that there's enough premium to be worth your time. You know. 36 and wondering if I should hold for a pump or get out break even. Yeah, BDSX. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Okay. Let me take a look. Looks like we are ECDA came back to the 200 as well and bounced, which isn't too bad. Again, we're gonna keep talking about Nvidia as the day goes on, but on halted. Thank you, Eric. So you got into BDSX. See, that's a good question, right, guys? So I don't need to go guessing like, oh, are you still in the position, or like, are you even in the position? Blah blah blah, right? This is one of those 50-50s, Gandhi. This is one of those 50-50 ones. Should you get out break even or should you keep that position? Like it's trying to pop, but it has resistance at 37 cents, right? Which you've seen. It popped to 37. It's basically popped to 37 every day this week, right? Including last week, and then failed, right? So, but at the same time, it doesn't want to crash because it's really not crashing yet, right? It's also been holding the bottom. So it's one of those where like your entry price is right like in a weird spot, right? So it's not bad. So it's difficult to say get out break even. The only other thing you could do actually is, if you're not feeling safe, you could get out break even and then wait for the break above 37 cents. If it actually breaks out, you can get back in, right? So maybe that might be the safest thing to you for you to do, right? But to me, as long as the stock stays above 30 cents, it's okay. If it breaks below 30 cents, then you have a problem. My question though is, are you willing to lose that 6 cents or even 3 cents, right? Yeah. So you could get out and wait for the breakout, because again, every day now it's been popping and failing, right? So look at these 4 hour candles, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, today, and as well, right? Every day it pops and then fails, but at the same time it's holding the bottom of the range, right? It's holding the bottom of the range, right? Actually, 32.50 is 33 cents, right? So you could put a stop loss at the bottom of the range because it's been holding that all week, or you could just get out and wait for the breakout and close above, right? Because we were just going up and down. Joby, okay. PLRZ's halted down, guys. Halted down, so it looks like yeah. Let's see if it stays above $1.10, above the 50 EMA here. See if it stays above. ECDA is still popping here, so that's nice. So that is nice, 44 cents. Oof. That was actually a really nice curl. Joby's breaking. Yeah, Joby's popping because they just got an investment. ECD is looking nice. You're approaching a double top here at 46 to 47 though, so be careful. As soon as we say that, we have a nasty drop. But let me take a look at Joby. Joby 20. Yeah, nice breakout. Very nice breakout. What's your question, Mohammed? Someone tagged me somewhere. Maybe in the options channel. Michelle. Yeah, Dan, it's just straight violence. Straight violence. Yeah, so SPRO, is it good to enter? It definitely isn't good to enter. It's definitely not good to enter, right? So again, look at the supply zone, right? You see the redness? This is easy for people that are in already because they can sit here and say, okay, let me just give it a second and see if we break out, right? But when you're buying already at resistance, you look to the left hand side, you're like, oh, dang, okay. The last time we crashed was from this same stupid spot, right? Right there. And then crash. Right? Now we're back to the same level and it's been sitting here for 5 minutes. So is it a good time to enter? You're playing with fire, right? This is so much easier for someone that's in it already because they can just watch the 9 EMA and pray for a breakout. And it looks like it wants to break out. But again, for someone that isn't in this already, then your chances of like failing are a lot higher than you want them to be. Alrighty, so always watch those previous highs, Mohammed. Romeo, are you in this one? I bet you are in this one. I bet you are. Yep, exactly. Again, when we point to resistance, guys, it doesn't mean that like we're not gonna break resistance. Like these levels are meant to be broken. Yeah, exactly. ST, yeah. Like resistance is meant to be broken, right? Same thing when we look at support, right? It doesn't mean just because we say, oh, this level is support, it means we're not gonna break below. No, like so it's just a lot more difficult when you're not in that position, right? Like in this case again, just because we say this is resistance, it doesn't mean this level isn't gonna break. it just means your chances of success are lower than you would like them to be, right? Look at what's happening now, right? We have a red candle, it's dropping, right? So if you got into that thing at that price, now you're like, oh my goodness, every time I buy a stock, it crashes. Every time I buy, it goes down, right? Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, right? We just went from 246, right, to $2.31. So, yeah, was waiting all morning. Okay, made monies, Romeo. Good, good, good. Oh, or TEM, Tempest. Yeah. Tempest. Yeah, ECDA is testing resistance for now. Yeah, it's done well though, but it's just testing the double tops. So it needs to break out and then cook to 50 cents. Need the breakout. Again, sometimes when you see a double top, when you see resistance, you see a level that it's failed at in the past, you just sit on your hands, right? Last resistance, dipskis. New resistance, we're seeing a bit of a red candle, right? So again, these levels are meant to be broken. You just don't want to be the person that's buying at the top and then it doesn't break, right? If you're going to play a breakout, you're better off waiting for it to actually break on its own and then you say, oh, okay, we broke out. Okay, now let's go, right? I've seen a whole bunch of people anticipate breakouts and get punished, right? You know, like a lot of the times I'll have one-on-ones and people will be like, I thought it was gonna break out. I thought it was gonna break out. Well, did it break out though? No, it never broke out, right? But it looked like it wanted to, but it never did, right? If the market makers are doing their job, it's gonna look like it's about to go, right? Anyways, ASBP's done a good job holding that 200 EMA, so that's nice. Done a very, very good job just consolidating off the bottom here. Right? PLRZ looks like garbage. Hopefully you sold your position, by the way, Simona. Now you lost your monies to come join us in Discord, right? I mean, I don't think you were gonna join us anyways, but anyways, but yeah, so watch the 200 there on the retest on the on halt. Alrighty, SPRO does look like it wants to break up, but it hasn't done it yet, so it needs to do it. It needs to do it, and there goes ASBP. Let's go, Jay. Let's go. Right? Boom skis. Again, you could see that thing consolidating off the 200 EMA. That's the type of stuff you want, right? Stocks consolidating off the bottom, not stocks failing at resistance, right? There it goes. I mean, so if you took the gamble off the bottom, you're like, you know what? This was a retest of a breakout, right? Yeah, it was. And a double bottom, yeah, and a demand zone, yeah, and it's consolidating, yeah. Okay, now let's see what it does, right? 45 cents, Jay. Yeah. So now you can manage the position as you see fit, right? Gamble off the bottom on consolidation. Don't gamble at the top at resistance, please, right? Look at ECDA, right? Don't gamble at the double top because you could get NSAT, right? SPRO does look like it really wants to break out, but will it though? Hopefully. Hopefully. Does it look good? What does it look like to you, Mohammed? Let me know. What does it look like? What do you see? Do you have a chart in front of you? Good question though, right? So again, keep the questions coming, but just to see like what you're thinking, or are you just randomly looking at stocks? Mm, okay. Let me take a look at this one. Maybe on a breakout. Volume is in there for sure. Okay. Good morning, Troy. Ayo. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It looks great. For $4 test, Mohammed. Okay, sounds good. I'll take a look. Yeah, absolutely. LVWR. Yup. It does look really good, especially when you look at the daily chart. It looks very, very good, right? And 490 to $4 resistance, right? So yeah, that's very, very good. Um, so this thing started at $1, from $1 to almost $4, right? So let me look at a smaller time frame here, because that's kind of what you want to look at. Again, it looks amazing, right? For someone that's in it though, right? For someone that isn't, you maybe want to wait for dipskis. Made 50% yesterday. Well done, Mohammed. Yeah, good job. 50% is nice monies. Uh, and today it's tired. I need to. It needs a cookie and a nap. It does. Yeah. Today is just not a day to. Yeah. It just seems like it just seems way too all over the place. La 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 la. My thoughts on BA. Let me take a look at Bull, because I obviously we want to keep a close eye on Bull here. Bull looks very nice actually. That's a sweet bottom. Look at that. Right, triple bottoms of $13 this morning, right? And then back to that 1420 resistance. So Bull looks nice. Right. So again, green is good, right? Obviously, green zone, good zone. Red zone, demand zone, supply zone, no goods. So we need to break above this red zone. You got stopped out, Jay? Okay. Yeah. SPRO really wants to break out, like really, really wants to break out. What do you think Bull can reach in 5 months? Beauty, YW Beauty, welcome to the community. Welcome to Legends. Alrighty. Welcome, 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 welcome. YW Beauty. Anyways, Aiden, what's your position in Bull? Are you in it? You're so excited. Welcome. This is your invite link. Alrighty. Click that invite link, .yw beauty, and follow the steps in the getting started channel. So click the link. It's going to say you don't have permission, you don't have access. Click the link, follow the steps in the getting started channel. Alrighty. Welcome. Yeah, Bull is playing with that 14-14-20. ASBP back to retesting the bottom of the range again. SGBX slowly creeping up. Needs volume though. And then SPRO is just chilling in that red zone. It's like, am I gonna do it or am I not gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? SGN was, again, it was nice. It's not so nice anymore. So it's really, really important to move on. ECDA again, the double top was quite clear, wasn't it? Right. So this is another beautiful thing about the algo, right? Look at these yellow candles, guys. Right? Look at the yellow candles on my chart. So this is why it's nice to have the algo as well, isn't it? Sometimes it points you to, again, what does the yellow candle mean? The yellow candle means exhaustion, right? So if a stock is pumping and you get a yellow candle, it's kind of there to say, hey, just be a bit careful here, please, because this level is sus. It's starting to give me bad vibes, bad juju, right? That's what the yellow candle is there for. So when you see weakness after the yellow candle, you might need to close the position, right? You don't always need to immediately close the position because you're like, oh, I see a yellow candle. Like if you're watching a stock and it gives you a yellow candle, but the stock is still pumping and breaking resistance, you don't need to sell the stock, right? But if you're getting a yellow candle and it's clearly pointing to resistance and it's a double top, right? You're like, okay, you know what? Maybe there are too many red signs here, too many red flags, right? Too many red flags, right? Anyways, just something to keep an eye on. What do you think of SGBX? You got in at 105. Uh, I think you have a bit of a double top there that it needs to break above. So if it can break, it looks good to me for now. It's just lacking the volume. So I think as long as you stay above $1, you're fine. It just needs to break out though. You need Z breakouts. Again, this is why, guys, we don't anticipate, like we don't expect breakouts. We wait for the breakout, right? Like we can sit here all day and say, "Oh, SPRO looks like it wants to break out." Like, has it actually broken out though? The answer is no, right? So when we're going sideways in this range like this, you're like, "Ooh, it's gonna break. It's gonna break." Doesn't really matter until it actually breaks, right? Because look now, the stock is halted down, right? So when you clearly know there's resistance at a level, right? Clearly resistance, clearly, right? Clearly resistance right there. So when you're stalling here for like 20 minutes, don't anticipate a breakout, right? So Aiden, become a member. Come join us in Discord. Beauty says, I lost $10,000 just trading alone. I'm excited to join the group. Welcome, Beauty. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Alrighty, so hopefully now again. So what I would recommend for you, Beauty, is spend some time once you connect. Spend some time going through all the channels, asking questions in stock general, going through the educational stuff. That's going to be very important for you. Please, alrighty, go through the educational stuff in the education channel in Discord because that's going to help you. And if you need a lot of help still, become a gold member, right? Because then we can talk about one-on-ones and we can talk about strategy already, and that's going to be very important for you. So again, invest in yourself because you lost a lot of money. That's what I mean. A lot of people will lose money before they're like, you know what, okay, fine. As part of Legends, how do I get access to the? So you have to buy the algo, David. Alrighty. So if you go to the Bull Bear How to channel, the Bull Bear Algo channel in Discord, scroll up a little bit in that channel. There's going to be some links in there on what you need to buy, what you need to do to buy the algo. First tip, welcome to Discord. Don't buy Mullen, please. Exactly. Right. Dan says, Beauty, sorry you had to, you had that loss, but you're in the right place to turn things around, right? We're here to help you. So ask as many questions as possible as you need. Alrighty, Beauty. Well said, Dan. Ask for help, please. Ask for help. Bull is looking nice. Come on, Bull. Very nice. That's a really sweet bottom. It's always nice to look at stuff like this, and say like, oh yeah, look at that, right? It's always nice when the technicals work as they're supposed to. So let's see if Bull can actually break out this time. If we can actually break out this time. Luna's been spamming Bull as well in Discord, so that's good. Right off the bottoms. Yes. Please don't get scammed in Discord, guys. Alrighty, please don't get scammed. Uh, yeah. Please don't get scammed in Discord. You will get messages from people with the same name as me, with the same picture, same everything. Probably not me. Alrighty, please don't click on any links, right? Unless you DM me first, and you need like a YouTube link or something. Please chat in Stock General, right? If you have a question, ask in Stock General. Again, ask in Stock General. Tag me in Stock General or the other channels, or you message me first. Alrighty, so if you're getting like a fake Blaze messaging you saying, "Hey, how you doing? I'm here to offer you financial freedom. You want to copy my trades?" That's not me. So don't get scammed, please. Right? If someone's like, "Hey, where you located? How long have you been trading for? How are you succeeding?" Right? That's not me. I mean, I care, but I'm not gonna message you. uh, it is. It's a lot of work already. So I already don't respond to my own DMs in time. So I'm definitely not gonna message you. So if you have a question, if you have a question though, ask, right? We will ask, we'll No, I care, Archer. I care. Alrighty. So that's why I like everybody chatting in Stock General, right? So I'm not a fan of all the DMs and stuff. He tried to get you a couple of days ago after you became a member, Jay. Yeah, exactly. Right. So yeah. No, I care. I want success. Alrighty. uh Archer's not nice, guys. Don't listen to him. Anyways, ASBP is looking good again. So 55 cents now. I like the way that this thing consolidated off the bottom here. Yeah. Absolutely, Pablo. This is a public service announcement. Blaze doesn't send some random message. How could he? He doesn't answer a DM for 3 weeks. That's not true, Pablo. Oh, let's go, Goldie. Let's go. Welcome back. How you doing? So Goldie sent us a message, guys, and he was like, "If you guys don't hear from me, maybe it's because I died." And we were like, "What the hell?" And it seemed like he was going through some some health emergencies. So it's good to see you again, Goldie. Welcome back. Because he was cooking before you're not even a member in Discord, Aiden, are you? But if you're getting messages, it's not from me. Yeah. uh a little better but still recovering. Okay, good. At least you're recovering. So yeah. Oh, you have the free membership, Aiden? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not messaging you, if you're wondering. I am not messaging. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Good to see you, Goldie. SGBX is just it's still playing with that double top there. Even though it broke above a little bit, it needs volume is what it needs. Needs volume, right? SPRO guys unhalted and still playing with the same range. So let's hope it can stay above the VWAP at least. Alrighty. Let's hope we can stay above the VWAPs. PLRZ, look at this garbage, guys. Look at this. Right? Look at that. Again, when something isn't working, this is why stop losses are very, very, very important, right? Pablo posted this document about a year ago or so in Discord, right? The whole 8% stop loss thing. It's in the education channel. It's all over the place if you look, right? This is why that's really important. Do not diamond hand. We just went from $1.60 to 80 cents. It raised the entire move, right? So do not diamond hand, please. Make monies, move on. If it's not working, cut the loss and move on because there's gonna be another one. Promise. Pinky promise, okay? Yeah. Uh another message from them again. Yeah. Just block and report them, Jay. Right? Block, report as scam or something along those lines, right? So those accounts can be gone. Waiting for yeah. And then bull is just chilling here below 1420, waiting for the breakout. Waiting for the breakout. Oh, let's go, Wes. Let's go. Let's go. Another 10% day. Posted this at $2. Pay. Let's go. Well done. Yeah, the swing channel, the small cap swing channels is another little gem of a channel, isn't it? Another little gem of a channel. Some nice names in there. Okay. ASBP, let's go back. Yeah, ASBP looks nice. Very, 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 very nice. So let's see if we can get back to that 70 cents again, huh? Yeah, it looks very nice. Nope. Archer? Or maybe the time is coming at some point, yeah. 61 pennies. SGBX is trying to go again, right? So this thing looks fine. It just needs volume. You didn't get back in, Jay? Yeah. Oh, you sold that last pop and then your stop loss hit, right? Yeah. It got really close again to your same entry, actually. Yeah, it did. Yeah, same entry, curl back up, right? That would have been a nice second buy for you. Nice second buy. That are making money, profitable with increasing revenue, so as you can sleep easy, less risk of yeah, absolutely, Wes. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Interesting. There you go, 62 cents. Let's go, Mary. Are you back in Discord? You're connected. You can see all the channels. Yeah, let's go. Mary says I couldn't live without the fun and the monies, Mary, and the monies. Yeah, again, if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. Let's do it. Let's do it, Dan. Let's go. The wheel is coming, guys. The wheel, the wheel. Dan is like, you know what, guys? Let's give away some memberships. Let's do a giveaway. Are you guys ready? Dan, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, those free legend memberships. I think Mary actually got a membership from Dan or Josh, right? And then she was like, you know what, this is good. Okay, now let me join on my own, right? King says, I'll take one. No, we'll do the wheel, guys. Yeah, bull looks good. It just needs to break out. Just needs to break out. Alrighty. What's with all the hype on ATCH again? Okay, let me pull up the wheel here. So let me know if you want to be in the wheel, and we will add you. Wheel of names. No hashtags. Just a wheel. So King David will add you in here. Alrighty. Misty. Let me know if you want to be in the wheel. Let's go, Ryan. Greg, Ryan, Wolf. Let's do it. So this gives you access to a month of Legend membership. Okay, a month of Legend. So you get a part. You can become become a part of the community for a month. Cool, cool. Is SGN curling again? It is trying to. Uh, there we go. Mm, mm, mm. So the only names that are going to go on the wheel are people that haven't won memberships before already. So if I skip your name, it's probably because you've won a membership already, and you kind of know what the community is about, you know. Hmm. So your name doesn't go on the list. SK. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ayo, Rosie. How's that Green Day today? Mike. Let's do Mike. Let's do it. SGN. We will. Perfect. Any more names? I don't. I think that should be it. I think that should be it. Yeah, SGN is curling up the bottom there, which is good. Victoria. Let's do Victoria. I'm just gonna leave it as Vic. Green Rosie. I like it. Good. Good job. Good jobs. Ninjas want to give away already. Ahmed, I'll add you on the list. Okay, we're ready for the spin. Spin, 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 spin. Are you ready? Are you ready? SK, you're on the list already. Yeah, you're on the list. Okay, let's see. Ready? Spin, 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 spin. Is it gonna be Ryan or is it gonna be Wolf? Ryan, congratulations. Alrighty, congrats, 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 congrats. Thanks very much again, Dan. Let's go. Alrighty, congratulations. And then we're gonna spin it one more time. Yeah? Spin. Let's go. Oh, it's gonna be SK, isn't it? Oh Mike. SK, oh Mike. SK, oh Mike. SK, oh Mike. Oh, that's close. SK, congratulations. Congratulations, SK and Ryan. I'm gonna remove both of you from the list. So absolutely, Ryan. Right. So send me an email. Alrighty. So send me an email. Email is hottradesx@gmail. The email is at the top of your screen and also in the description. So send me an email with your Discord username, please. Alrighty. Include your Discord username in the email. Once you do, I'll respond and then I'll send you a link. Cool. Please send me an email. So congratulations, Dan. Thank you very much again. Amazing. I like it. I like it. I like it. So send me an email, hottradesx@gmail. Okay. Uh, let's go, Chester. Yeah. No, Spy's been garbage today. Dan says I lost money earlier on NQs earlier today, so I need some good karma. Yeah, all the good karma, Dan. All the good karma. Let's see, SGBX is still just sitting there. SPRO again, that resistance was way too strong, right? Way too strong. And then ASBP has been the nice one for now, but you can also see that like you have supply up there, so needs to break out. We need something to go boom skis, guys. Let's go, Pyro. Yeah, Dan gives away these memberships, and they usually, turn out to be really good for people that get them. Yeah, take advantage of them. Spend time asking questions and lots of questions. Alrighty. No, 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 no. First time, no, 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 no. Yeah, beauty, welcome. Yeah. And then email, you got it? Okay. Yeah, the email is at the top of your screen and also in the description. Hot Trades X, right? Simple. Hot Trades with an X and then at Gmail. SGN, it is. You just have a double top there at 260. So maybe if we can break above that, then yeah, Kel. uh, you have shares at $2. Yeah, then you should be okay, Kel. You just need to put a stop loss, right? Yeah, Kel, I would. So again, the low of the day for this thing is 215, right? At the very least, you don't want it to go below that. Yeah. Just breed some people, yeah. At some point, like a group meet for sure. Wolf says, "Hello, first time. Do you all do you all Oh, like, so we'll talk about levels and the stocks we're interested in, and in terms of like calling out trades, like obviously on stream, no. I think that's way too dangerous. So, but we talk about stuff that right? So you know. Alrighty. So, anyways, here goes ASBP, right? So again, that was a really good bottom there, very good bottom. Now we just need the breakouts. So this is definitely looking like the best stock for now. If you can get a breakout here, there it is, 67 cents. So let's see if we can get that breakout. Your last resistance was right below, so that's 69. Right, so that's the level it's playing with now. That is the level it needs to break above now. I'm gonna send you. So yeah, beauty. That was good. That was really quick. The way that you connected to Discord, right? Some people have issues. Some people don't have any issues at all. Some people have no issues at all. You sent me an email. Okay, I'll respond to your email. Again, as long as you included your Discord username in there, Beauty, I sent you a video, so watch that video at some point. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, sounds good. Perfect. You know what's funny, Dan? You actually gave away that membership to someone that needed it. Well, I mean, yeah. Email it. Yeah, SK, you sent me an email. I don't need your email. I need your username. But anyways, click on the link. Let me know what your Discord username is. Ryan, you should be good to go, Ryan. Perfect. There goes ASBP. Uh, not huge, but it will help and hopefully allow me to give back. Absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. Good. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. $69. Double tops. Double tops. Come on now, give us a breakout. Give us the breakout. Ah. There we go, guys. 70, brand new highs here now for ASBP. The music should be good now. I can hear you breathing. No, you couldn't. You could not. Here we go. 71. 71. Consider a deal. Let's go. I like it. Yeah, I know ASBP is looking like the best name in the market for now. SGBX doesn't look bad either, right? Like, look at this thing, right? Again, we like this one. It just needed the volume. So I know some of you were in this one as well. So good job. Good job. Alrighty. So SGBX. Very nice. 72 cents for ASVP. Should be able to hear the music now, Michelle. 73 pennies. New highs. New highs of the day. Some of these stocks require patience, you know. D says daily goal. Let's go. Thanks, Hot Rates. Now to work to keep your health insurance. Yep. 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 uh, Michelle, what did Spy do to you today? It had nothing to do with me. Let's see. Yeah, no, Spy definitely sucks today. Right? Spy sucks today. Uh, Goldie, at least at least you're recovering and healthier, right? So the money, the money can suck it. No, I don't. You guys can't hear me. You accepted the link. Okay, let me take a look. Uh, Ryan, you're good to go, and then SK, you should be good to go now. So you're both good to go. Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah, doing better, Rich. Yeah, yeah, he's doing better. Yeah, Josh was in the chat earlier, and yeah, so he's doing better. Dang, Bull just can't seem to break out. Almost like they need some news. Someone was asking earlier, like, what do you see for Bull in 5 years? Higher than this. Higher than this. Yeah, no, definitely is. Definitely is. What's CLBR doing today? That thing just keeps playing games with us, huh? Right? Look at this. We were almost at 50. Well, actually, we were at 1540 the earlier this morning. $15.40, and then erased. Unbelievable. Voru. Yeah, Voru looks okay actually. You just have the resistance here coming up. That's the supply zone you see on the 1 minute. It's because of this, right? It's because of this last resistance and also the 200 EMA right there. So yeah. So there's a little bit of resistance, like 68 to 70 cents. So not too far away. That's the only downside. So again, this resistance, this supply, this thick red zone you see, yeah. So maybe if you can get a breakout or a dipski there. Rumble, let's do it. Let's go, Josh. Let's search. What did Josh do, guys? What did Josh do? Oh my goodness, Josh. Uh, so time for members only, Bobe giveaway. Get me my feel goods today. Let's go, Josh. Let's go. So like I'll go giveaway. Members only. Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. 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 So we're gonna pull up the wheel. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Let's do. Yeah, members only. So members only. and then we're gonna do a hashtag, and then we'll do the algo and yeah, we'll do the algo and memberships. Okay. Put me in, coach. So this giveaway is members only, by the way. Alrighty, I'm a member. So if you're not a member yet, become a member. Cool. Okay, I'm just pulling up the because we're gonna have to do it members only, and then use the little bot. Use the little bot. Okay, hot trades. Continue. Night bots, giveaways. Okay. So we're gonna do a keyword giveaway, and it's gonna be members only. 1 second, guys. Yeah, it's just loading here. All these random hashtags. Um, Josh, give me a hashtag. Give me a hashtag in the chat, and then the hashtag, the keyword is gonna be. Let's see. So once Josh gives us a hashtag, we'll use that. Okay. We will use that. Michelle, that's not it. Uh, is that what Josh said? Toolbox? Okay. There we go. There we go. So the hashtag is toolbox, guys. There you go. Done. Okay, again, you have to be a member to be a part of the giveaway. So make sure you become a member if you're not a member. I don't get what Spy is doing today, honestly. Let's run that for another 30 seconds, guys, and then we will start picking some winners, okay? Let's go. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready? So so I think I win. So we're gonna do four. So we're gonna do four winners. Okay. So there's gonna be chances of you winning are quite high. Alrighty. So we'll do four winners. I don't know what Josh wants to do though. I think Josh says do whatever. So we might do two algo and then two members. Two algos and two members. Or we can just do all algos. Definitely not all members though, because the hashtag is toolbox. So for now, we're gonna do two algos and two members. Okay. Let's go. Hashtag toolbox. Okay, there we go. Okay, we can stop spamming now. The names are locked. Again, if you're not a member, don't bother using the hashtag because it doesn't work. So, already, so these are members only giveaways. Okay, we should be good to go now. We should be good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Alrighty. Dang, you guys are still spamming. So me. Thank you. I won. Thanks all for coming. That's what Michelle is saying. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for coming, but I won the giveaway. You guys can go back home now. Okay, so the first winner, guys, is gonna be, you ready? Roll it, the sniper boy. First winner. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sniper. Did your name show up in the chat? Yeah, I said congratulations, sniper boy. Congratulations. Let's go. So snipers won. It's not rigged, Misha. Promise. Yes. So snipers won. The snipers won 3 months of the algo. Okay, already. So 3 months of the algo. Congratulations. Cool. Are you ready? uh, so many big moves. I'm watching closely and sharing insights too. Come join if you yeah. 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 Anyways, I don't know virus. Okay, ready? So sniper, send Rob actually, so send me your Discord, your algo username already. So because Rob is busy in a conference. So send me a username already. Okay, let's pick another winner. Ready? The next winner is Kel. Kel. Let's go, Kel. Kel, is Kel in the chat? Where's Kel? Kel? Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do, yeah, Kel, send me a DM in Discord. Send me a DM in Discord, okay? Because you're a member, but then you had other things to deal with, right? So we'll give you access to like like a membership actually. Alrighty, like a proper membership. Damn, Spy really is on drugs today. Drugs. Kel, send me a DM in Discord, okay? Okay, are you ready? Next winner, guys. Next winner, next winner, next winner. The next winner is so many winners up in here. Yeah, Pyro. Pyro, look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Pyro. I like it. I like it a lot. See, Pyro said some nice things. And then they're like, you know what, Pyro? You know what? You know what? Yeah, I like it. So actually, when you win, just send me a DM and let me know what you want, right? So you get to pick. So we're gonna pick four winners, right? Send me a DM. Do you want like a month of Legend membership or do you want 3 months of the Algo? Alrighty. So you get to decide. So Pyro, send me a DM in Discord or something, and then we have one more winner to pick. Alrighty. One more winner. One more winner. Let's go, Pyro. One more winner. Are you ready for the final winner? Thank you very much, Josh. The final winner. No, this is all Josh. This is all Josh. The final winner, guys, for the final giveaway is DVL. DVL, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you very much again, Josh. Really appreciate that. And thank you. Let's go. So DVL, Kel, Sniper, and Pyro. So send me DMs already. So yeah, and then let me know what you want in Discord. Rubbish, he says. Uh, and so if you want the giveaway, like if you want the algo, just let me know where your TradingView username is, and then if you want a month of Legend, then just let me know as well in Discord when you DM. There we go. Congratulations. Is Josh still in the chat, Josh? You only sent it once. You only need to send it once, right? Maybe the bot is like, you know what, Kel? You know what? You know what? You know what? You deserve it. There you go. Mm, 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 mm. Actually, actually, okay, there we go. You're driving? Oh, that's okay, Josh. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that, Josh. Alrighty. Again, these memberships somehow usually go to people that are very deserving, right? So, that's amazing. Alrighty. Thank you very much, Josh. Dan, thank you very much. Thank you all. Tomorrow I'll be giving away supplements that make you grow taller. Blaze will enter 1,000 times. Oh, don't worry. uh yeah. Is the bot usable on TradingView without paid subscription, Pyro? Yes. You can use the free version. You can use the free version for sure. Nothing, Misha. He's not saying anything. uh, hmm. I like it. Josh, where are you driving to? Uh, I just had to manage. No, it should be good now. You can hear me. In a new before the yeah, Josh. Okay, okay, that's good. Very, very good. Okay, there we go. Amazing scalps. Yeah, good. Vuru, that was from Wes. Wes posted that I think. Also mentioned on stream. Vuru, yeah, VERU. LVWLA, yeah, for sure. What's your question for LVWR? What is your question? What is your question? So you heard it from Blaze. We don't deserve. So sad. No, that's not what I'm saying. Right? Do better, unicorn. Do better. Don't make me fight you this morning. Don't make me fight you. Right? So for example, like Kel has been Kel has been struggling with like cancer in the family, right? Um, and she's been very busy, 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 right? And she's like, I just need to find the time to sign up again, and she's also been a member for a long time, right? Pyro, same thing, member for a long time, right? I got an email from Ryan yesterday saying I've lost a lot of money, so I need help, blah 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 blah, right? So, um, I can't really afford, but stuff like that, right? So, anyways, so not that not everybody's deserving, is just right. Anyways, no, not you, Michelle. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Yeah. Yeah. SPRO. Yeah, look at this thing, guys. Look at that. Look at that breakout spot, right? Again, never anticipate the breakout unless the only time you anticipate a breakout is when like you can clearly tell that it's coiling, right? And it's not like the room to the downside is not a massive drop. Alrighty? So not a massive drop. So yep. Perfect. Yeah, Bull is just playing games there. Playing games. Dang, SGBX has been trying to pump for like the entire day, and it's still just playing games there as well. And then ASBP is consolidating up the bottom here. Yeah, Vuru just has a lot of resistance at the price that it's currently at. So that's the downside. GME. Okay. Yeah, Zul has been loving that one. Loving it. Not 3 months already. Okay. Okay. The shorts pounced on the news and won so far. Yeah. On names like AMC, GME, Mullen, the shorts usually come out ahead unless there's a real catalyst, which obviously GME hasn't done anything yet. So once they actually announce something like Bitcoin reserve, then the shorts are gonna be like backpedaling because there's a real force behind it, right? And then at that point, other market makers will probably be in that direction as well, right? So yeah, it's different when it's just running for no reason. Well, I mean, no reason, but it's not. There's always a reason, right? But you know what I mean. There's a lot of hype on this one, ATCH, right? We mentioned this one already. I think Raven might be in this one again. Raven, yeah, it's lacking the volume though. For penny stock, it needs more than 4 million. So, yeah, a little bit of hype there. Let's go, MJ. Absolutely, absolutely. Raven, you're in this one? Yeah. I knew it. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. There you go. Okay, now can we get something else to cook? Because everything just seems to be chilling. 1920. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely a bottom feeder play, Raven. Definitely a bottom feeding play. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now you just need the boomskis, Raven. Just need the spike. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Now you need the spike. Again, don't forget to smash the like, guys, if you haven't already. We have a bit of time before we hop off and go back to Discord. I think. I think. Let me take a look. Calendar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have like 30 more minutes, and then I do have to go do some one-on-ones. So again, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet, you know what to do, right? So click the link at the bottom of the chat, become a legend member, come join us in Discord. LV, LVW, these names all have so much news that sometimes you really can't like. This one's done really well, but again, that resistance line we put there last time for $4.50. I think that's coming from pre-market too. So 450 was resistance here. I think there was a catalyst for this one, wasn't there? I honestly don't remember because we were watching this yesterday, right? So, and there wasn't anything obvious. It might have been like an SEC filing or something like that. But um, yeah, because this one was mentioned on stream yesterday when we were on, right? Um, and then it started to pop from $1.30, then $1.50, right? And then we messed around with it here in this range, and then it consolidated, and then it broke out, and then ran after hours, failed at that 450, and then came back down, and then this morning it went up to 450 again, and then came back down, and then now we just got to 450 again. So 450 seems like the kryptonite. That's the level it needs to break. It's still not going down. Any thoughts? Latest on chart. So probably the same levels, right? Tesla. Not everything seems to just be waiting for Nvidia now, right? We're still at the same spot really that we talked about last time, right, Kieran? So nothing's really changed, right? It needs to break below 360 for you, but it's consolidating. It's building some support. So if you're no longer feeling confident about this position, maybe then put a stop loss. Don't let it get too crazy, too out of hand, right? Again, your puts expire next week, so a lot of what's going to happen here is going to depend on Nvidia. If Nvidia crushes earnings and the whole market is cooking, Tesla is going to cook, right? But if Nvidia does what it's done the last three times and we go down, then Tesla is going to dip. But again, we don't know. So if you're not feeling comfortable with it, maybe just close the position, right? 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm back. Is Bull still good to buy? Bull is only good to buy closer to $12. 11 to 12. 11 to 12. I wonder what the markets are going to do though going into Nvidia here, because we're consolidating nicely, you know? Yeah, consolidating very nicely. But there definitely will be a reaction at the end of the day though. Definitely will be a reaction from everything at the end. So hopefully it's a good reaction. And then ASBP is still fighting to break above that 70 cents. And then the that monster LWVR for $4.50 and then failed. Nice, Zoro. Very nice. I like that. Yeah. I like that gift. Pessimism on today that the maybe West maybe that's the that's the setup, right? Um, yeah. I think that pessimism is based on the fact that, like, again, Nvidia doesn't miss. Nvidia is not gonna miss earnings. That's just that's just again almost guaranteed, right? You know how they say nothing's a guarantee in the market. It's almost a guarantee that Nvidia doesn't miss earnings, regardless of how high the bar is. They're gonna hit it, right? But that's not been the problem the last 3 quarters they've reported, right? We've still dipped the last 3 times, even though they missed or even though they beat earnings. So that's where that pessimism is coming from. But maybe you have a point though. Now that everybody's a little bit more pessimistic, maybe maybe they cook Nvidia to the upside. I wanted to cook. Yeah, ASBP has been a nice stock for scalps. 169 virus. And then everybody's gonna be like, is it time to buy the dip for Nvidia? Can I buy Nvidia now? What about $90? What about $90? Is gone. Yeah, no, I would like to see Nvidia cook. Virus, and then AMD is gonna be at 130. And then is it time to buy AMD? Brian, if you're watching the stream, you must be in yesterday because we're already in tomorrow. So when you get here to tomorrow, then we'll give you a giveaway. Okay. Interesting. Uh Too much of a cash. Okay. Yeah. uh, FMST 4-hour chart, small cap nuclear stock. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, this resistance at 70 cents is way too strong. Way too strong. FMST on the 4-hour. I saw this one in someone's watch list at some point the other day. Yeah, it looks really nice. The only issue is it looks like you're sitting at a double top. So the 4 hour looks really nice, but if you zoom out to the daily, you're gonna see that resistance with a little bit more clarity. Actually, you see it. You might be able to see it. Yeah. So like 425, 430 is your resistance here, right? This goes all the way back there west to December 23, October 2023, and September 2023. So yeah, this level here at 430 ish, right? It goes all the way across. But if it can break above that level, though, and then you're looking for closer to again, so 490 to $5 is what you'd be looking for. That's a really good run, though, right? Especially when you look at this 4 hour chart, like it's been running for a damn long time, right? From 60 cents, it's just been slowly going, slowly, slowly. But then you can see the supply zone's now getting a little bit like, thicker there. So yeah, once you switch over to the 1 minute time frame, you can see how thick that supply zone is, and you're like, wait, why is it so thick? It's because of that 4 hour daily resistance there. But yeah, it's done really well. Done really, really well. So now it needs to give you that nice dip or give you a breakout. The deep skis or the breakouts. 400%. Yeah, exactly. Let me take a look at that actually. Okay. There goes ASBP, right? This one definitely is the best scalper for now. The best scalper for now. This one's also testing resistance. West, add this one to your small cap watch list as well. OLB. It might not necessarily fit the theme though for profitable companies. But it looks like they're somehow pivoting into potentially announcing like a reserve, a Bitcoin reserve or something. So just throw that one up on the watch list. I wish it was closer to $1. Though $1.20, I would take a starter as a swing play, but it's more so closer to the top of the range, which I'm not a fan of. So it almost needs to give us a breakout here or drop some news. Yeah, definitely something to put on the watch list. Oh, no, 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 no. ASBP. Let's see. Come on, come on. What should I be looking for APLRZ? Yeah. That's always an interesting question, though. What should I be looking for? That's okay. Yeah, it looks like SGN is just chilling at the bottom of the range here, which isn't too bad. Maybe it's gonna pop later in the day, Uh, what's this music? And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. Virus? Yeah, I know. I need to go back to that playlist. Tomorrow, Virus. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Since we have less than 30 minutes left, tomorrow. SGN with a nice little pop here, though. Right, so it's nice that it's consolidating at the bottom here. Right, so off $1.20, $1.15, not bad at all. SGN, if anybody's still scalping that. Yeah, Kel, yeah. Mm. You know what? You know what the name of this song is? Short spilling is the name of the song. I don't know what that means, but don't know what that means. I'm gonna set an alert here for a breakout. Okay. Virus. Look at Holo go actually. Damn. Holo's slowly cooking there. So that's another stupid split they've done, right? So VVPR announces XRP focused treasury. 121 million private placement at $6 per share above last closing. Okay. VVPR, guys. Tesla is getting slapped now. So, Aiden, was it you not Tesla short or was it somebody else? VVPR. Yep. Bit of a spike there for VVPR. Right. So, not sure how well this XRP treasury is going to do, but the stock just spiked up 30%. So, just be careful with the first candle here. You can tell someone knew this was coming. Like, look at the way the stock was moving. Someone knew this was coming, right? Buy the hype, sell the news almost. So again, be very careful with the very first candles on these names. Yeah. That's because XRP sucks. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I think that the good ones are gonna be the Bitcoin Treasury, the top three crypto names basically, right? BTC, Solana, ETH, right? Those three stocks will usually cook, right? This one looks okay still, like it's still up 30%, right? So 32, but you can kind of see though, like the candles kind of look like pump and dumps, right? Do, do, do. 33%. I mean, 36%. It's not bad. For that long, and you will get a better return. Yeah, Holo's cooking there, guys. Holo's up 50% now, $9. Mm, very interesting. Holo Holo. 905, 907, 908, 910. Yeah, I Holo did not have any news. It's more of a low float split momentum move, you know. Yeah, there goes 920, 927 Holo, 930. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, Holo. Interesting. Uh, what's the bottom of that candle? Okay, and okay, perfect. Holo, new highs of the day, 934. Again, more like momentum plays, right? Pump and dumps. So caution. Yep. Not quite the same. Yeah, not quite the same, sniper. Um, yeah. SBED was it XRP? I thought it was something else. Yeah, I think it was something else. Yeah, look at VVPR, right? So also this one's a bit more expensive. So the price really does make a difference. But now it was ETH. Yeah, ETH is the top one, the top two project basically, right? So yeah, so that makes a difference which one you're aligned with. But again, it's something to watch closely. If the downside to this is you could tell someone knew this was coming, like somebody knew this was coming, right? So maybe that person is now saying thank you, I'm selling, right? So maybe if it consolidates above the 200 and starts curling, then that's where the opportunity is going to be. That's going to be where the opportunity is at. Nvidia, can we pump now though? That'd be nice. That would be nice, Virus. Let's get a pump. Spy, let's get back to the highs of the day. I'm kind of tired of the dipskis. Tired of the dipskis. You know? Virus is like, no, give me more dips. More dipskis. Okay. 133. SGN back down again. Yeah. VVPR is losing all the gains. It's actually halted down, guys, right? So you can't just FOMO into any treasury stock, you know? Can't just FOMO into all the treasuries. So yeah. Can't just do that. Otherwise you're gonna end up crying about it. Yeah, no, Michelle. So that article about SPY hitting new all-time highs in June. You sure that's a good thing? I do want to see new all-time highs for SPY though, and then chill above 600. That'd be nice. I think no one can say no to that. No, all I'm saying is, Michelle, the everybody was calling for when SPY was crashing, when we were sitting at 500s and 480s. Everybody was like recession, new all-time lows, 450, and then all of a sudden now we're sitting on highs, and then all the firms come out. They're like, oh, okay, SPY, you know, 660. Ah. Yeah, no, we'll see how the whole thing plays out. Um, like I said, though, we're not pushing above 600 without like a Trump catalyst, another deal, right? So we basically got back to the 90s and we were playing games again, right? Same thing we did last time. So until we get another major catalyst, we're not pushing above 600. Not happening. Not a chance. Also, yeah, we have the Fed minutes at 2 p.m., don't we? Thank. Oof. Oof. What's gonna happen? Volatility. 2 p.m. is what time? Okay, unfortunately, I won't be on stream because I need to do one-on-ones, but would have been, yeah. We'll be in the options cooking lab, I guess. One of those spikes will fill. 105? I don't think you want to see Nvidia 105. Don't think you want to see that. Okay, let's see here. Holo still looks really good, right? Pushing back for the highs of the day. So that probably is the name that is looking the best for now, huh? Right? Holo. I like it. So there goes 930. Anybody FOMO into Holo? 940, brand new highs of the day for Holo here. Yeah, yeah. If Nvidia's at if Nvidia hits 105, we have other problems. BTC is gonna be back below 100. SPY is gonna be looking for 550. So I don't think you want to see that. That's how much weight Nvidia has on crypto and in the stock market. Yeah. Jay, you did? I like it. Welcome, Randy. Welcome to the Legends membership. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Randy, welcome to the community already. This is your invite at the bottom of the chat. Click that invite, follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Cool? So, yeah, click the link, follow the steps in Discord. Pre news volatility. Yeah. No, so we should definitely get a spike around 2 p.m. with the Fed minutes, right? And then with Nvidia, there's definitely going to be a dip or a spike. So expect more volatility today for SPY. More volatility, TTTT. Okay. So Pyro sent me the username, and then And then Sniper, you sent me a username as well. Here you go. Randy, welcome again. Okay, Holo, can we break out now? Can we break out? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Mm. Mm. There we go. Trump is live and taking questions. Lord have mercy. Okay. Buy your puts, buy your SPY puts, your 0 DTE puts. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. It looks like we just double topped for Holo here and then backed off. Double topped and backed off. Anyways, guys, let me know if you have any last questions and then we will hop off and go hang out in Discord already. So and see what the market has in store. What are the names? What are the names? What are the other names? Power hour scalps into Nvidia earnings. What do you mean, like momentum stocks or stocks relating to Nvidia? Yeah, if you're just looking for names like that, then again, Holo, right? Holo, ASBP, just the same names we've been looking at, right? SGN, stuff like that. Yeah. Just the names like that. SGN actually looks like rubbish now, doesn't it? Because it's making brand new lows here. Don't like that, right? So Holo's looking like the one for now, isn't it? And then ASBP has just looked nice all day today. It just needs to break above that 72 and Coke. SGBX is retesting the last breakout, so $1.05. SPRO, meh, nothing, right? Even though it's holding a demand zone. And then VVPR, that thing erased all the gains, and now it's coming back from $6. Look at that, from $6 actually to back to 6.90. That's a nice pop. So it basically erased the entire move on the XRP Treasury news, right? Like the entire thing, VVPR. Damn, it's not bad if you were waiting right there, you know. Do I need to be given access to Discord, Randy? You do not need to be given access. You need to get access. Alrighty. So, Randy, click this link at the bottom of the chat there. I'm gonna have to send a new link here because the last one expired. So I'm going to send you a link at the bottom of the chat. Click the link, follow the steps in the Getting Started channel. Alrighty. Once you follow those steps, you will have access to Discord. So scroll up in that channel. There's some screenshots. There's a video that will walk you through if you need to, right? The video that says how to connect YouTube to Discord, or just scroll up. There's screenshots with like arrows pointing to what you need to do. Once you're done, watch the last video in that channel. The Getting Started channel has all the information you need. Um, and then come hang out with us in Stock General. Uh, uh, Perfect. Mm. Perfect. Yeah, VVPR with a nice little curl there. Our golden dome. Quickly now. China seems happy about our golden dome. uh, my question is, why does China care about the golden dome? Is that what Trump said? Hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, I think the Golden Dome is a good thing. They just have to include Canada in the Golden Dome, you know? Come help us. Come help us. Please and thank you. So $7 for VVPR. That's not a bad pop at all. Not a bad pop at all for VVPR. Yeah, I'm sure that 7 to 720 will be a lot of resistance, Tom. Michelle, we're neighbors, we're friends, you know. Uh, uh, mm, 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 mm. There we go. Uh, okay, I see, Archer, I see. We'll join the, yeah. Pay up. You guys are not nice. We're supposed to be neighbors, guys, protecting each other, you know? If someone was fighting the US, you know, Canada would come to the rescue with our two paper airplanes, you know? Mm, 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 mm. With what? Ah, you would do nothing. We would come to the rescue. To the rescue. You'd bring marshmallows to roast. No, we would come to the rescue. Holo with a nice breakout pop there. Sounds good. Uh, yeah, no, VVPR was yeah, that was a really good retest actually for VVPR. It basically erased the entire move, right? You know, like someone knew that the news was coming, it erased the entire thing, and then it's like, okay, now let me start fresh, right? Because it just came to the bottom, which is actually quite perfect. Perfect dipskis and bouncies. Let's go. Let me start fresh, ST, Let me start from zero. I mean, that's where the market opened, right? The market opened right here, you know, right there at the bottom. And then it pumped all day and then it said, okay, let me start from zero. This time we'll do it quicker though, ST. So yeah, 750, 760 resistance here, and then obviously that high at 850, right? Let me start from fresh, from scratch. Okay, I have a one-on-one with. I'm gonna. There we go. Sounds good. That's a lot of channels, Randy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Once you kind of find your footing, you're not gonna be you. So I mean, people look at it that like you don't need to look at it that way because like we have a lot of crypto channels, right? You don't need to look at crypto, right? We have options. You might not need to do options. We have futures. You might not need to do futures, right? Right away, that eliminates a lot of stuff for you. So yeah. So again, make sure you go through the channels though and kind of see what's where, right? And then hang out in stock general. Alrighty. Make sure you spend some time in the educational stuff as well. And if you really want to understand what's going on, take 30 minutes and watch that introduction video. It's not even 30 minutes, I don't think, right? There's a video, the last video in the getting started channel. Go watch that video. It's going to say, okay, this channel is this channel is this. You find this here, you find this here. Already, this is how the bot works, stuff like that. It's going to be good for you. So you're better off watching that. Thanks, Humble. Yeah. So when we leave the stream in a minute or so, we're going to be in stock general, legend. Alrighty, so you can just hang in there with everybody. Unless you want to do options, then go to the options cooking lab. Alrighty, that's where the options criminals are going to be. The options criminals. Yeah, there are people in Discord that you will never see in other channels, but they're always in the options channel or in the futures channel, right? Or in a different channel. Alrighty, y'all. Again, don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already, please. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link virus posted there. Alrighty. If you do become a member at the end, send me an email, hottradesx@gmail for a Discord link, or just go to the community section on YouTube and your invite is going to be there. I don't know if we'll come back later for Nvidia earnings. If not, we're just going to hang out in the options cooking lab for Nvidia. Alrighty. So let's see how much one-on-ones I can get done and what time it is at that point. So and then go from there. Um, but I bet you we're probably going to end up just hanging out together in the options lab, waiting for Nvidia. So, and then go from there. Alrighty. Have a wonderful afternoon. Be safe. Don't do anything Michelle wouldn't do, please. Um, and let's keep making monies. Cool. See you guys in Discord. Yeah, yeah. Come join us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alrighty. Cool, cool, cool. Bye, guys. Bye, all. Much love, all. Bye, guys. fellow citizens.